If you want to see me create my Canada Day look using the Urban Decay Naked Ultraviolet, then stick around. Hi there, it's Hélène, and as I just teased, I am going to create my 5th look using the Ultraviolet palette by Urban Decay, and I'm going to use the brush included in the palette, which is this little guy. I know this is number 5, look number 5 with this palette, and if you have not seen it, here is the palette. Now I have filmed so far 5 videos with this palette, or 6 actually, technically 6. I will put all the links to the videos in the description box for you, and we'll have a few thumbnails here, I'm sure, throughout the video. So my plan today is to do a Canada Day look, and I'm going to use 2 shadows, possibly 3. So my big plan is Trippin and digital. That's pretty much it. If I do a 3rd, it will be VR, which I have used in one look already. If you're curious about that, I will put that video right there. So I have already put my red lip, I've got my red nails. I don't want anything overpowering, so a big purple look would probably not fit this aesthetic today. So I'm going to go pretty neutral, which is why I picked the colors I picked. I want to go through this look pretty quickly, and because of that, I'll do one eye and then speed through the other eye so I'm not wasting your time and you can see a look sooner than later, which also means I'm going to stop talking and start applying. And I'm going to actually go into Trippin first. And I'm going to go into Trippin first because I want to put some kind of color foundation on, meaning a foundation of color, on my brow bone so that when I come up with the smoky, like smoking out the color, that I don't have too much sticking on the brow, if that makes sense. And if you're wondering what color of lipstick I'm wearing, I am wearing the Bite Beauty Tannin. And I think it's quite nice. It's extremely creamy, and hopefully it won't go all over the place during the video, but we will see what happens. Enough stalling. I'm going to use the fluffy side of the brush, going right into Trippin. And I'm going to use, like I said, the brush and the mirror in the palette as well. And Trippin is very nice. It's very close to my skin tone, so you won't be able to see very much. And for anything else I've done on my face, because all my base makeup is done, it is in the description box. Okay, I have those 2 shadows done, and I'm going to go into digital. Now I do have a base of shadow from lid to that brow bone, which is Wheat from the Smashbox Matte Exposure. And that's how I set my primer every single time I do a makeup look, so that is no different today. And I'm just going to go into digital very, very lightly and build from the lid upward very, very gently. I don't have a lot on the brush. I'm just going to sweep it on the lid. And digital is somewhat of a satiny color, but if you go for full intensity, it is a very kind of shiny, rich color. And I'm going to just gently work it up. And the key to a smoky eye, and I'm sure you've heard it before, is just patience and blending. Not necessarily more color on the brush. And that's why I put more of that Trippin on, or some of that Trippin on the brow bone, so that I wouldn't have any sort of patchiness toward the upper lid. So a little bit more here. And that might be it for the upper lid. Okay, I'm going to leave it at that, I think, as I go and brush again. And all I want to do now is with this side of the brush, so that you can see here, this side of the brush, I'm going to go into digital again, tapping off, and I'm just going to go and line around the lash line, but a little bit lower as well. And I'm going to use this side of the brush with just a tiny bit of digital and just see if I can connect the two without too much trouble. Other side, the cleaner side, just to do a little bit of blending. Okay, so this went just a tiny bit too far down, so I'm going to grab another brush just to do some cleanup. So I'm going to use the brush that I actually set my primer with and just do a tiny bit of cleanup right here. It did not need very much, so that's good. All right, I have done this eye, and now I want to do the same smoky eye look on the other eye. So as I did before, I will speed up. Okay, what I can see here is I went a little bit higher on that side compared to this side. And I do want to keep it a little bit less intense as a smoky eye. So I'm going to put a little bit more Trippin on my brush, tap off the excess, and just soften up that brow again. Just going to take off some of the excess digital. And go back into Trippin. Okay, and I just want to go, do I want to go in more? Just going to blend a little bit more right here, see what happens. Just to even out that line. And I definitely don't want to go back up again. Just going to go in with a little bit more digital on this side. Seem to have rubbed some of it off as I was trying to do a little bit more blending. Okay, I think they're a lot closer. Now I'm going to go back in with the pencil side of the brush and do the lower lash line as I did on the other side. Just dabbing a tiny bit, as usual, a tiny bit of digital to do the lower lash line. Bringing it in. A slight harsh line here, and that fixed itself pretty quick. Not much fallout with digital at all. I'm just going to wipe off a couple of specks. There's almost nothing. Okay. Okay, I am liking the smoky eye so far. I think I'm going to go off camera to do my liner, my mascara, and touch up my lipstick, and I will be back with the final look. Here we go. Here is the final look. I hope you like it. And I just want to go over what it is that I used. I decided to give you a swatch of digital so that you could see a little bit the richness of the color. It is quite a nice color, and as you saw, super easy to smoke out. And I decided to apply Rockstar, which is this one right here, on the upper lash line to tight line, and then on the lower lash line as well. And I also paired it with the Urban Decay Zero. I know this is laughable. It's almost done. And it is a black liner that I put on my upper waterline and lower waterline. And I don't often put black on the lower waterline, but somehow with a smoky look, I think it looks good because there's not a whole lot of additional dimension to the eye other than the fact that you're going from deep to well, a smoked out look at the top. So I felt it did a little something, so I'm happy I did. And then I did two mascaras, the Clinique High Intensity Mascara on the lower lashes. Let me show you the wand. And also, this was one coat on the bottom lashes. And then two coats of the Perversion mascara, which I just cracked into 2 videos ago. And that's what the brush looks like on that one. And there was a big difference in the makeup application, the mascara application on the second day I had it open, and again it performed better today. So the first time I used it, it was just a little bit too wet of a mascara, but now it's giving me the volume that I would really expect from the Perversion mascara, and I'm really quite pleased. If you see me looking below, there's a mirror under the camera, so I sometimes duck to see what's going on. And speaking of ducking under the camera to take a look, I also noticed that my red lipstick was feathering during the application of the eyeshadow, and it is because this Bite Beauty Amuse-Bouche lipstick in Tannin is extremely creamy, and it is quite warm today, so I think that just added to the fact that it would be kind of overly creamy. And that means that it doesn't do very well on my type of mouth shape. On the edges, it would just constantly bleed out, not bleed out, but bleed during the day. And this is usually how I fix it, and I don't know why I forgot. But this is the Wet n Wild Berry Red. And I'll just do a swatch of each of them. They're not a perfect match, but for the outer corner of the mouth, they do work. So this is Tannin, and this is the Wet n Wild liner pencil, and they do look different, but they're close enough, even though the Wet n Wild is more of an orangey red and the Tannin is more of a blue red. Somehow, like, I can't see the delineation. They just work well together for some reason, so I'm happy. It works. I had to go reach for it. I keep putting it back for some reason when I film. I finished the whole look with the all-nighter setting spray. I am enjoying this one, and it's almost done, so I think I'm going to just keep using this setting spray until the bottle is finished, because you know, when you have just a bottom of a bottle, why would you not focus on it? Anyway, that's the way I think. So I'm all set for Canada Day tonight. I am really looking forward to it, even though it's going to be an evening with my husband, the two of us, because we are all social distancing. Nothing's open. Well, actually, things are open, but people are pretty sheepish about going out still, and that's fine by me. I can celebrate how lucky I am to live in my country. I absolutely love living in Canada, and am quite happy to just celebrate with others in spirit, if not in person. If you are a fellow Canadian, happy Canada Day. I hope your day is going well and or has gone well, depending on when you're seeing this video. And to my American friends, I am very much looking forward to all your 4th of July videos, whether or not you are able to celebrate in small groups. Other than that, I would love to hear what you think of my look for today. Let me know in the comments. I would really appreciate hearing from you. And with that, I will say thank you so much for watching. I appreciate it every single time. And I look forward to seeing you in the next video. But for now, take care.